Hey guys, in today's video, I want to talk about iOS 18.5, the next major update to come to the iPhone here in just a couple of weeks. We'll talk about the expected release date for this software update, but today, before the official release of iOS 18.5, I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys in regards to this next major update. And now, iOS 18.5 is currently sitting in beta 3 as of the filming of this video. And after many software update releases for iOS 18, I feel like this is the one that Apple has been focusing on to actually bring the one thing that iPhone users have been asking for ever since the release of iOS 18. So take a look here at beta 3. So nearly 1 gig of a download. Take a look at beta 2. A little over a gig of a download. So in terms of file sizes, those are large file sizes for beta, especially for a 0.5 update. And there hasn't been too many features and changes added to iOS 18.5, which means Apple is actually finally focusing on the one thing that you want, which is stability, performance, and great battery life. Now, iOS 18.5 does contain some minor UI changes. For example, if we jump into the emails application and we tap on the top right here, you see that we have the show contact photo option. That is something minor added within iOS 18.5. You see right there. There's also some minor changes under accessibility here, under touch. If we scroll down, go into the back tap options, we now have the show banner option reappearing here on iOS 18.5. And we also have some minor updates to the Apple Care Plus warranty section here. So minor UI updates overall. Now, according to the file size for iOS 18.5, we should see more new features and changes. And there is a downside. We still did not get the Siri that Apple was working on. So a more ChatGPT-like Siri experience for iOS 18.5. But aside from that, I think most users actually care more for battery and performance. And iOS 18.5, as I mentioned before, has been the greatest experience so far within iOS 18, and I'm happy to report this. Now, there's been many issues within camera freezing issues. We've also saw some battery drain issues, as well as Wi-Fi connection issues, which I've experienced multiple times. With iOS 18.5, everything is running buttery smooth. Everything from the control center, adding new control center elements, from changing the element sizes and rearranging the control center, it is very, very smooth and pleasant to use. After many software updates, I have to say 18.5 is shaping up to be a great software release. Although there isn't going to be too many new features and changes, I'm sure you guys are most interested in performance and great battery life. Now, battery life has been pretty solid for me. So over the past 10 days, as you see right here, you see that the battery life has been pretty solid for me, from a 12 on screen time to 13 to 9 to 13 to 11. You see there, day after day, on screen time has been phenomenal on iOS 18.5 on this iPhone 16 Pro Max. So battery life has been pretty solid based on my experience, and I know some of you guys also using the beta are saying that battery life has been pretty solid for you as well. Stability and performance has been pretty solid so far, and everything from animations and transitions and things like that has been pretty solid and smooth, including AirPods. So when using AirPods with iOS 18.5, everything is connecting properly. Switching between devices has been great. The Bluetooth connection has been reliable, and the Wi-Fi connection in the studio has been reliable as well. So I'm here to tell you that iOS 18.5, although it does not contain any major new features and changes, and it should be available soon, it will contain the one thing that Apple users have been asking for ever since the release of iOS 18, which is stability, performance, great battery life, and bug fixes. Now, when can we expect iOS 18.5 to be available for everyone to download? Well, I think this software update will most likely become available here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm going to say the first or second week of May is when we can expect iOS 18.5, either on May 5th or May 12th, which both are Mondays. Typically, we see major software releases on a Monday. So next week, we may see the RC or release candidate. The first week of May, we could see the official release, or perhaps another RC and then the official release. We'll keep you posted here. But again, the main takeaway from this video, especially for those of you running late versions of iOS 17 or earlier versions of iOS 18, this is the software update that you're going to want to update to as Apple continues to focus on stability, performance, bug fixes, and great battery life. And I know that's great news for a lot of you guys. Hopefully this will continue throughout the official final release here in just a couple of weeks, but I just wanted to make you guys aware that iOS 18.5 is finally the software update that you're going to want to update to. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this information helpful, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.